Hi guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Bomika Lupindo. I am a clinical psychologist. And for those of you who are returning to the channel, welcome. And I hope you noticed that when I introduced myself, I said that I am a clinical psychologist, full stop. Yes, guys, I am officially qualified. So I am a clinical psychologist registered as an independent practitioner with HPCSA. So that's really exciting. So I haven't been posting any videos for a while. And I asked you guys to post questions that you have for me on my Instagram page, and then I can answer those questions as my first video. So first things first, where have I been hiding? So last year, closer to the end of the year, I was honestly feeling really burnt out. And not only was I burnt out, but I was drawing close to the end of my ComServe. And that meant that I had to figure out what's going to happen now. Because after you ComServe, you're now registered as an independent practitioner, which means that you can either go into private practice, you can find a job, you can do both. So I had to figure that out. And as someone that has been working in government positions, having a full-time job, having a stable income, I was hoping to do something that was similar. And so I spent most of that time trying to apply for a job. And honestly, getting a job wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. Not because there weren't any jobs, like there were a lot of government posts that I was applying for, but for most of them, I think like at least 95% of them, I didn't hear from them. And I think the process there, it's quite long, and I wasn't expecting it to be that long. I got better responses from private. They're actually a lot more prompt. The interview process was quicker, and you got a response quite quickly. Also looked into joining a private practice, like a group private practice. And it has its pros and cons. I think the biggest con for me was the fact that for most of them, at least like 35 to 50% of the salary you'd be earning from the private practice would actually go into the group private practice for like rent, administration stuff, and everything else that's related to the group private practice. So that didn't seem like the best option for me at the time, especially because like I had quite a lot of financial commitments. So yeah, I spent most of last year like just going through that process. I was feeling quite burnt out. It was a stressful and long process. It seemed like I wasn't making much progress. So I honestly didn't have the time or the mental space to actually be here, make videos, and be present with you guys in an authentic manner. So I just felt like, yeah, I actually need to spend more time taking care of myself. And then on top of that, I was also looking into starting my PhD this year. So that meant applying for the program, getting a supervisor, applying for funding. So I was attending quite a lot of interviews for funding and all of those stuff. I was filling out quite a lot of forms, writing out quite a lot of motivational letters. So yeah, that's also something that took up quite a lot of my time. It's also something that added quite a lot to the stress and anxiety I was experiencing at the time. And honestly, like it just felt like too much for me to be on YouTube, to be engaging, while I just felt like things were overwhelming at the time. And also at that time, I was also terminating with the people I was seeing at the place where I was doing my ComServe. So that was also quite a difficult time for me, and having to wrap things up. So it was quite an emotional experience. So in a nutshell, that's why I haven't been posting all this time. So in terms of what am I doing now? So I finished my ComServe on the 25th of January. So after my ComServe, I was fortunate enough to actually get a stable job. So I had to move to where the job was. It was actually quite close to where I lived before, so it wasn't quite a significant move. But even moving here, like I struggled with accommodation and that was quite a process. But now I have been working at my new placement or my new official job as a qualified clinical psychologist for about a week now. It's honestly been a great experience. I'm currently based in Limpopo. It's been quite a great experience, a great learning opportunity. It's a completely different environment. I haven't lived here before. And now I have officially lived in 5 provinces in South Africa. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. Really keen on learning, continuing to grow, being able to provide my services, and just continuing on with this journey. I'm also looking into considering private practice, specifically for things like psychometric assessments and neuropsychological assessments, because that's also something that I'm really passionate about. So yeah, those are my plans so far, and that's what's been keeping me busy. So just to answer some of the questions that you guys posted on my Instagram story, some of them I feel I've already answered, so I might just skip through some of them. But for the ones that I haven't answered, let's have a look. So are you enjoying being a clinical psychologist? So yes, I absolutely love my job. I've worked in different settings. I trained working mostly with children and working with families. And then I worked at a general hospital. I worked at a psychiatric hospital. I also worked at a correctional facility. And I feel like that just exposed me to various kinds of populations, various kinds of work settings that I can work in. And I just feel like all of those experiences help me in terms of just getting a sense of, is this really the job that I want to do? What kind of setting do I want to work in? What I enjoy doing the most? And yeah, but long story short, yes, I love what I do. Second question, how are things going professionally? Honestly, I feel like I've really been blessed and fortunate throughout my career as a psychologist. I went straight from undergrad to honors to masters to getting my internship to going into my ComServe, and now getting a job immediately after my ComServe and being qualified. And honestly, I feel like that's something I don't take very lightly. And I feel it's something that's not a common occurrence. So professionally, I think things are going very well for me. I'm growing as a professional. I'm growing as a person. I am enjoying the work that I do. I'm continuously being exposed to various kinds of work settings. I'm currently working in a setting where I'll actually be doing more forensic assessments. So that's also something that's quite exciting for me. I look forward to doing that. I look forward to learning and growing. And yeah, so professionally, things are going really well. And I feel like personally for me, psychology has opened up so many opportunities that I couldn't have even imagined were possible. So yeah, that's actually a video for another day. But professionally, honestly, I feel very humbled and blessed to be doing what I'm doing. I feel very content with what I'm doing. What opportunities are there in South Africa for people who are neuropsychologists? Okay, so I've been getting quite a lot of questions about neuropsychology, and I guess for a lot of people that's because it's a new registration. So initially, a neuropsychologist could only work under a clinical psychologist, so you couldn't work as an independent practitioner. But now that neuropsychology is a registration on its own, that opens up a lot more opportunities for people who study neuropsychology. So I did try to do a bit of research, or try to speak to people who are neuropsychologists or who were training recently as neuropsychologists. Yeah, but I wasn't able to get much information. So honestly, I'm not gonna say much because I feel like it's not an area that I really know much about. I'm gonna try to do more research so I can provide quite informed information and communicate something that comes from someone who is well versed in the field. But based on my current understanding is that now, as a neuropsychologist, you can conduct neuropsychological assessments, you can provide interventions as a neuropsychologist without needing to be under someone that is registered as an independent practitioner. So you are an independent practitioner. And I'd like to think the same way as a clinical psychologist, you are able to work in various settings. So the same would apply for a neuropsychologist. As long as it's something within your scope of practice, as long as it's something that's needing your service and your expertise, then there are a lot of opportunities that are available. In terms of specific settings that you can work with, or you can work in rather, honestly, I cannot provide that kind of information. So I will definitely do more research and maybe make a separate video informing those kind of questions. So another question, how did you know that psychology was the right career path for you? Weren't you scared of getting in? Honestly, I didn't know that psychology was the right path for me. I mean, I think a lot of us get into careers with some idea of what you do, what you'd like to do in that career, but there's no sense of certainty that this is the career for you or this is the right decision for you. And I guess just like any career, if it's something that you're passionate about, and also it's what you make of it. And yeah, I feel like for me, I've managed to make quite a lot of my career. It's helped me gain a lot of insight into myself. I love the work that I do. I enjoy working with the people that I work with. So to be honest, I only probably knew when I was in third year that actually I love what I do. I love psychology. I fell in love with neuropsychology first. So in third year, I was definitely like, yeah, I definitely want to do more of this. And it's only during my master's year when I started seeing patients, I started having clients. That's when I actually was like, yeah, this is for me. So another question that I got, purpose or career? That's quite a difficult one. Purpose or career? I think for different people, purpose means different things. But in a general sense, for all of us, we want to feel like our lives have meaning. Our lives have a sense of purpose. There's something that we're doing, and whatever it is that we're doing, it has some significance. It's making a difference. It's of value. And I guess that's where a sense of purpose stems from. And for me, I feel like meaning can be found in different things. Meaning can be found in any kind of career. And I don't think that's something that we should separate, because that's like saying separating the person that I am and the psychologist that I am. Those are things that cannot necessarily be separated, because all of those experiences that I have, both as a professional and a person, they interplay with each other, and they influence each other. And yes, as much as there is that boundary between my professional life and my personal life, but that same person that is in the personal and that same person that is in the professional is one and the same person. So yeah, I think for me, I do find quite a lot of meaning in what I do. And in a sense, that does give me a sense of purpose, that what I'm doing is making a difference in people's lives. It's making a valuable contribution. It's valued work. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. So I think that basically brings us to the end of our video. Thank you so much for all the questions that you have posted. Thank you so much for your patience and continuing to support this channel. And I hope it continues to bring value. And please do post any other questions you might have in the comments down below. And if you found this video helpful and you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you next time. Mwah.